This is the new Subaru XV Boxer. It's a bit of a mouthful, isn't it? Well, the rest of the world calls it quite simply a Crosstrek. Yes, I know. Sadly over here we seem to elongate everything and make it much bigger and longer. However, if you said it in Japanese, it's called a Kuro Suto Reku. I've probably just asked to go to the toilet in Japanese there because my Japanese pronunciation is probably not the best, but that's what they call it in Japan. Either way, here in the UK we call it an XV. So the X stands for cross, as in cross, and the V stands for vehicle because this is a subcompact crossover vehicle. It's kind of the missing link between an estate car and an SUV. Now originally, when it was launched back in 2012, it was a sort of jacked up higher version of a Subaru Impreza, believe it or not. Yes, I know. I bet you wish it was a Subaru Impreza, the latest Subaru Impreza. Unfortunately, it's not. It doesn't bear any resemblance to a Subaru Impreza, which, in my humble opinion, was probably one of the best cars ever in history to have been made. Not just by Subaru, but by anybody. An incredible piece of kit, an amazing car, and I would love to own one day, hopefully. But this car has no resemblance to that Subaru Impreza back in the day. However, it does have a place in the market, and it really does. It's been around over 10 years. We're in third generation, and it's proving extremely popular as well because it does have that pedigree, that breeding, that DNA that Subaru injects into all their cars. So let's get around it. Let's have a look at it. Let's see what we think of the latest Subaru XV Boxer. My name is AJ and you're watching me on The Player. And if you haven't seen what we do or haven't visited our site before, then watch this for the next minute and a half. I think you might get a good idea of how much fun we have. This is how a car should sound. Listen to this. I didn't really push it either. I was just having a bit of fun. Oh really? So there you have it, guys, the Ferrari Roma, my birthday present. Here we go, we're going to meet the crew and hopefully get the paint. Nice, a real one. Oh, I think it makes a good word. Let's go, mate. Nice to see you. Show us your big chopper, your helicopter. So here we are, the Morgan Roadster, where we're here for the Swiss Watch Show. And guys, guess what? It's another morning here out in sunny France. Subaru XVs come in two different trim levels. Your entry-level car is the SE, and that will cost you from 33,000 UK pounds. If you want the next level up, that's the SE Premium. And for an extra £2,000, that's 35,000 on the road, you will get the added benefit of a sunroof, you get full leather interior, you get 8-way adjustable electronic seats at the front, which are heated, and you get a sat-nav system. So to be honest, for an extra 2,000, I think it's a bit of a no-brainer. All Subaru XVs come with 18-inch alloys like this one here. Very nice indeed. Additionally, you will get LED front running lights and LED front fog lights. Very nice, I hear you say. You will also get LED headlights that are steering responsive. So as you turn around the corner, they follow you around. They're like follow me home lights, so to speak. And those are auto dip beaming as well. So when a car comes the other way or you come into town, they'll automatically dip beam for you. Fantastic. You get heated mirrors for in the winter, so they'll keep your little mirror nice and clear. Additionally, you get rain sensitive wipers that also have a defrosting function for during the winter. Good thinking, I like that. Round at the back you get privacy glass all the way round. Yes, it's included even on the entry-level car. Round at the front you get UV protective side windows, both passenger and driver, and a UV protective front windscreen, especially with all this heat that we're currently getting. In addition, there are 10 different colours to choose from. If you like pearl white, that's included in the price for either model, whichever trim level you go for. However, any of the colours like this blue or any of the metallics, you're going to be paying an extra £595. But I think it's worth it. All Subaru XVs come with keyless ignition and keyless entry, which is very nice. The actual ignition button is just to the right of the steering wheel. Just give that a push when you put your foot on the brake there. Now you've got some lovely aluminium pedals that come with this car as well. I think they're really smart. I like those. You get a dual zone air climate control and an 8-inch TFT touchscreen up there. You also get a DAB radio. You get Bluetooth technology and connectivity. Additionally, you've got the Apple Play and you've got the Android mirroring. On the steering wheel here, well, to the right here, you've got lane keeping and cruise control as standard, as well as a speed limiter, sign recognition, and a tyre pressure monitor. It's all stacking up rather nicely. And here in the front, even on the entry-level car, you do get heated front seats. So you're going to keep yourself nice and toasty in the winter, and you've got all the lovely bits and pieces as part of your entry-level price. There's no electronically assisted tail lift on the XV, however the struts that push the boot up are pretty good. Inside you'll get 340 litres of boot space, and once the seats are folded down that will increase to 1,200 litres. There's no 12-volt adapter, there's no shopping bag holders, but it's still a very versatile space. So let's check out, see what it's like for the passengers in the back of the Subaru XV. First up, I want to mention, have you seen this door? It goes back almost 90 degrees. It's absolutely incredible, which is perfect if you've got to put a child seat in here or you're helping older people in and out of the car. Absolutely lovely. I'm loving this fake carbon fibre on here as well, the finish. It's really nice. It is quite a decent finish. This window goes all the way down as well. Don't forget you've got the privacy glass with all the models, all the trim models. But the fact that it's quite nice and big, anybody who's got a little bit of car sickness, it's really going to help. And the fact that it goes right the way down. I'm going to jump in, which is absolutely so easy. Look at that. It's that door is so far out, it's lovely. Plenty of room in the back here, but one thing you will notice is sit quite high. You tend to be looking over the top, but again I quite like that because I can now almost look out over the bonnet of the car. So even if there was a couple of, if the driver was in there and the passenger, I'd still be able to see out. Again, that's really good when if you've got a bit of car sickness or whatever. Nice finish on this car. This is the SE Premium. So it gets the leather interior. Even on your standard car, it's a decent fabric finish that's Scotch guarded. So if there's any spills in the back here from any of the young ones, you're going to easily be able to wipe that off and clean it. Now, one thing I was a little bit shocked about in the back, there are no charging points in here. There's no USBs. I can live with the fact there's no air in the back here. I mean, air as in air con, or there's no, sort of fresh air coming through anywhere because there's no vents or anything, but no USB charging points. That seems a little bit penny pinching to me. Anyway, moving swiftly on. In the centre here, you do get an armrest with a double cup holder, which, I wasn't expecting that on this sort of level of car. But hey ho, it's there. No ski hatch. I would have liked a ski hatch. If this is going to be a really versatile family car, most of the weekends you're going to be popping down to the DIY store, getting yourself some long lengths of wood. You've got to have somewhere to put it, and it would have been nice to have had a ski hatch. I mean, forget it. You're never taking this car skiing. It'd struggle to get up the bloody hills, wouldn't it, with that CVT transmission? The way it goes again. Sorry, I keep saying that. I hate it. Anyway, got recessed seat belts. You've got the poppy outie. These are a bit of a pain. This one won't even come out. It's actually stuck in there. I'm going to try and take that one out instead. No, they're not poppy outie ones. They're floppy inny ones. I thought they were poppy outie ones because when you look at them, they pop down like that, but they don't actually come out. You can't pull them out, but they're flopping around in there. Reminds me of a night I had a few weeks ago. Anyway, moving swiftly back to the car itself. Transmission tunnel in the middle is quite high, but very easy to slide your bum across, especially on this nice leather finish seat. Yes, I could sit here for, a little ride back from the pub, especially if I've had a few and I'm sitting there like that. At least I'll be looking out. So as I chucked up, if I was going to chuck up, it'd go straight forward. It wouldn't go all over me and obviously go over whoever's driving or sitting in the front seat. But marvellous place to sit for 20 minutes is about as much as I'd give it. It's designed for a couple of youngsters or reasonably, a average size adult. You wouldn't want anyone over 6 foot tall in here. 2 meters in new money. Look at it. It's quite sort of, So there are a few bits and pieces in the back here. You don't get anywhere to put anything on the back of the driver's seat, but you do on the passenger seat. Again, I find that a little bit weird. Again, I find it a bit penny pinching. Why couldn't I have two little, places to store stuff? But the rest of it, it's all good. Let's get it out on the road and go and see what that CVT goes like. So I'm going to be completely honest with you here. I'm pleasantly surprised about this car because I was not expecting the XV to be as good as it has been over the last couple of weeks. Now, I know I moaned about the CVT, that transmission, and I still will moan about it because I think it's just really not good. It's better in this car. It is better, but it's not good because it's still, listen, and it's doing it again. But I'm going to let it off that because this car has a number of other things that have really, really impressed me. First up, quiet. Absolutely solid. It's an amazing car to drive. There's no sound apart from when you put your foot down and that gearbox is like, but apart from that, it is super comfortable. It's a fantastic all-round peripheral vision. Look at the size of look at the depth of this windscreen. You've got this lovely little quarter light piece here as well. Brilliant for manoeuvrability, for parking. The mirrors set back really nicely. You get, as standard, blind spot mirrors, and they are in the plastic piece. So when you look over there on your blind spot and you're driving down the motorway, like now, you go past a car comes up on that inside lane, it will flash for you. Again, you get the cross traffic alert on this car as well. So when you're parking or you're pulling out of a parking space, it will flash and let you know if a car's coming from that direction. And it will actually take over and stop you if you intend to carry on pulling out. Lots of lovely safety aids, cruise control, lane keepy, things like that. I love it. You've got the sign recognition, and when you're in a strange area and the sign comes, it tells you the speedo. Like now it's giving me 60 miles an hour through the lanes here. Absolutely brilliant. So there are a lot of safety aids built into this, but the one and the most important thing of all, and it proved it beyond all doubt the other day. So forget the CVT, forget everything else. We had a torrential downpour. Now you're looking at it now. Look at the state of the road as I'm driving along there. It was simply washed out. You couldn't even see the road. This car was as sure-footed as if that road was as dry as a bone. And the reason is because this car has that Subaru all-wheel drive system, the famous system that was built into rally cars all those years ago. It carries that system in this car. And I felt as safe as ever. That car felt planted. I sat there, okay, I had to reduce speed because of the visibility, but the actual feeling of the car, I knew it wasn't going to go anywhere. It was simply incredible. So there you go. I have forgiven the CVT gearbox. I can live with it. You do get the paddles, you can play with it. And don't forget, you've got X mode on this car as well. Once you go into that X mode in deep snow, or if you're caught in ice or somewhere like that, then, I joked when we were doing the passenger bit in the back that I wouldn't take it up a mountain because I didn't think it could make it up there. This car would make it up a mountain and down a mountain over a lot of other SUVs. And it's priced at around the same sort of price as cars with only front wheel drive, with nowhere near none of the extra safe bits that you get on this car, the driver aids as I like to call them. So all in all, I'm very, very impressed. The drivability of the car, absolutely incredible. It's superbly comfortable, it's easy, the brakes are good. Yeah, I can't really fault it. Economy wise, getting around just short of 40 miles to the gallon. Just short of 40 miles to the gallon for a 2-litre engine. I'm impressed again. But don't forget, it is the hybrid version of that Boxer engine, so it's really, really helping it with the economy. All in all, guys, I am fully and very, very, satisfied with this car. I think, it's one of those cars that you look at it and you go, yeah, it's a bit of a muchness, but when you actually get it out on the road and appreciate the technology and the build quality, I think it says it all. Well done, Subaru. You've impressed me on this one, and I've thoroughly enjoyed driving the XV. So there you have it, the Subaru XV review. What did we think of it? Well, to be honest, it's practical, it's versatile, it's family friendly at the end of the day, and it's a reasonable price car. I don't think it's over expensive for what you're getting. On top of that, the economy is pretty good. At the end of the day, 2-litre engine, and you've got Subaru all-wheel drive system on this, the famous all-wheel drive system that's going to keep you safe no matter what road surface you're on or what weather conditions you're going to encounter. So I think it is kind of ticking a number of my boxes. I'd 100% recommend you get down to a Subaru showroom and give one a test drive. Comes with a decent warranty. You've got 3 years or 60,000 miles, whichever comes first. You get a 12-year anti-perforation warranty. That's for all your rusty bits underneath. Not that I think this will ever have any rusty bits underneath. You get a 3-year paint warranty and you get 1 year roadside assistance as well. Throw all that in with a hybrid battery warranty of 8 years or 100,000 miles, and I think you're pretty much covered all round. Anyway, as I said, get down and give one a test drive, and I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised. Guys, you've been watching me, AJ, on the Player YouTube channel. And thanks for watching. Don't forget, like, subscribe and comment. If you've got any questions about the car or anything that we've discussed, or you actually want to tell us your own personal experience of owning one of these or test driving one, stick it in the comment box down below, because people do read those comments and we always answer them, or one of the team will get back to you in due course. Don't forget, if you wouldn't mind, and I always ask you, give us a thumbs up. We don't get a pay rise, don't get, you know, extra money or anything. But what we do get is a pat on the back from the boss to say, AJ, job well done, and crew, job well done. Because it's not just me here. There's a crew that are doing this, and the editing suite and all that stuff all takes time and all has to be put together. So, you know, a big thumbs up would really help. Thank you very much indeed. Don't forget, you can subscribe, because we don't just do car reviews. As you saw at the beginning of this video, there is a lot of other things that we do. And if you want to be notified about all the videos that we put up, you know, just leave the bell sign unchecked and you'll get a little notification. So we just put up another video, and it could be something a bit different that you're interested in, because like I say, we don't just do car reviews. In return for all of that, I'm going to offer you something for free here. Because we don't just do car reviews, we are part of The Player. Now, The Player is a much bigger organisation. We produce a men's bookazine. It's a 200-page thick book, hardback book for men. And guess what? Because you've given us the thumbs up, you're probably doing the subscribing and all that, whether you do that or not, you're still entitled to get a copy of that, the online version, absolutely free, gratis, nothing, straight over to you, easy as anything. Just head over to www.theplayer.co.uk. It's coming up here now, it's down the bottom there by the magic of edit somewhere. Head over there, I'll leave it up for a few seconds to just remind you. No big forms to fill in, it's just a name and an email, that's it. Then you can access it online, you can download it, you can turn the pages, you can zoom in, so you get to read all that lovely content and see all those lovely bits and pieces that we do completely free of charge, because you watch me, AJ, on the Player YouTube channel. Guys, thanks for watching, thanks for listening to me for this last bit. I know it drags on a bit, but we're over and done with till next week. I'll catch you next week with hopefully something as nice and inspiring as the Subaru XV.